What if I told you the biggest reason you're not moving forward in life is because you fell into a trap you didn't even see coming? Everyone wants success. Everyone wants love, money, peace of mind. But why do so many stay stuck? If we all want these things, why do so many people never experience them? Why do some people hustle for years and still feel empty, broke, or confused? Stick with me, because you might be living in a trap right now and you need to break free. I know that might sound strange, but pause for a moment and think about it. So many people wake up every morning feeling stuck, tired, or even lost, not because they're lazy or unmotivated, but because they've been walking in a direction they didn't choose for themselves. Let's be honest. We all want something good out of life. You see, the trap is not always something dangerous. Sometimes it's comfort. Sometimes it's delay. Sometimes it's fear dressed up as logic. Are you truly living your life or just surviving inside someone else's plan for you? This question is not meant to shame you. It's meant to wake you up, because maybe you're following a path your parents chose. You're chasing goals social media told you to chase. You're living to please others and forgetting yourself. The hardest prison to escape is the one you don't know you're in. But here's the good news. You're not alone. And once you become aware of this trap, you can start making changes. Not all at once, not with pressure, but step by step. Because the moment you decide to wake up to stop walking blindly, you start taking your life back. What dream did you put aside because someone said it was too big? Are you busy every day, but not moving any closer to what matters to you? Have you settled for okay, when deep down you crave extraordinary? And by the end, you'll not only see it, you'll know how to break free. Welcome to Brain Vital Channel. If you're new here, we're so glad you found us. This is your go-to spot for easy, powerful tips to grow stronger, smarter, and succeed in life. Tired of being pushed around? Want to feel unstoppable and in control? Ready to discover the game-changing secrets that can take you to the next level? Smash that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell, so you're always in the loop when we drop new videos. This isn't just fun. It's about unlocking your true power. You have a choice. Stay where you are or step up and become the best version of yourself. Now let's continue. Let's talk about something we all go through, but very few of us realize. Now, when you hear trap, you might think of something dramatic, a crisis, a scandal, or a life-shattering mistake. But the real trap isn't loud. It doesn't make noise. In fact, it hides in silence. It hides in your everyday life. The trap is comfort. Comfort feels good, and there's nothing wrong with being comfortable. But here's the danger. When you get too comfortable, you stop growing. You stop challenging yourself. You stop asking the big questions. And before you know it, you're alive but not really living. You're just repeating the same things every day because they're easy, not because they're right. Ask yourself, am I doing this because it's truly what I want or just because it's what I've gotten used to? The trap is routine that leads nowhere. There's a difference between discipline and mindless repetition. Many people wake up every day, do the same thing, follow the same path, and expect life to change. But routines without direction become cages. If you don't pause to reflect, if you don't ask yourself, where is this routine taking me? You look back in 5 or 10 years and realize you were moving, but you weren't going anywhere. Life is not just about motion. It's about progress. The trap is comparing your life to others on social media. One of the biggest traps today is in the palm of your hand. You open Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, and what do you see? Someone your age already has a mansion. Another person just got married. Another is traveling the world, smiling every day. And you're trying to just survive another Monday. This is where comparison becomes a trap, because you start believing you're behind. You start feeling like your story isn't enough. But remember this, people post their highlights, not their struggles. And your journey isn't supposed to look like anyone else's. Run your race, not theirs. The trap is waiting for the perfect time. Let's be honest. How many things have you told yourself? I'll start when I have more money. I'll launch my business next year. I'll leave this toxic relationship once things settle. But here's the truth. There is no perfect time. Waiting for it is just another form of fear in disguise. Most people don't realize that the perfect time comes when you start, not before. You build clarity in the process, not before it. So ask yourself, what have I delayed because I'm scared it won't be perfect? Have you ever shared a dream or idea with someone and they instantly shut it down? That's risky. Nobody does that here. What if it doesn't work? Many of us are living inside other people's fears. We let people who never chase their dreams talk us out of chasing ours. The truth is, advice is cheap, experience is rare. Be careful who you listen to. If they've never been where you want to go, their opinion is just noise. You see, the trap isn't always obvious. It's not always failure. It's not always something painful. Sometimes the trap is comfort. Sometimes it's scrolling endlessly. Sometimes it's that quiet voice that whispers, maybe later. But later becomes never if you're not careful. Are you busy but not productive? Are you following your own dream or someone else's? Are you so afraid of failure that you don't even try? Because recognizing the trap is the first step to escaping it. Let's talk about how people fall into this trap. Because the truth is, it rarely feels like a trap at the beginning. Sometimes it feels like the right thing to do. It even feels responsible. You see, from a young age, most of us are handed a script, a blueprint for life. We're told, go to school, study hard, get a job, stay loyal to that job, retire someday, and hopefully everything will be fine. Now, don't get me wrong, education is important. Working hard is important. But the trap begins when we start to follow this path blindly without asking, is this truly my path? Because for some people, that script fits. But for others, it becomes a silent prison. Let's be honest, many of us love our families. But sometimes in that love, we give up parts of ourselves. Your parents say, be a doctor. Your uncles say, go into business. Your siblings say, just get a job and settle down. And before you know it, you're living for everyone except yourself. But here's something to think about. God didn't give your vision to your parents. He gave it to you. So why should they be the ones in control of your purpose? Now, I'm not saying dishonor your family. I'm saying honor the calling within you, even if it makes others uncomfortable. Believing that more time equals clarity. A lot of people say, I'll start next year. I just need more time to think. When the time is right, I'll move. But here's the truth. Clarity doesn't come from waiting. It comes from doing. You don't figure out your path by sitting still. You figure it out by taking the next small step, then the next. Waiting for perfect timing is one of the most dangerous traps because time never announces when it's perfect. And before you know it, years have passed. And so has your dream. Thinking your value comes from what people think. This one hits hard. Many people stay in toxic jobs, fake relationships, and fake lifestyles just to protect their image. They say, what will people say if I quit? What if they laugh at me for starting something new? What if I fail in public? But let me ask you, would you rather look successful or actually be fulfilled? Because when you tie your value to people's approval, you'll always be trapped. You'll always be performing, pretending, and eventually you'll forget who you truly are. Now I want you, you watching to ask yourself, who convinced you to stop dreaming big? When did you decide that being safe was better than being free? Are you living your truth or just surviving someone else's expectations? It's okay if these questions feel uncomfortable. That's the point, because growth never begins in comfort. You didn't fall into the trap overnight, and you won't get out of it in one day either. But it starts now with awareness, with honesty, with courage. So if any of this feels familiar, it's not too late. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're waking up. And that's the most powerful thing you can do. Signs you're already in the trap. You dread Mondays. If you wake up every Monday morning with a sinking feeling in your stomach, it's a clear sign you're not in alignment with your life's true purpose. This dread comes from being stuck in a routine that doesn't excite you anymore, or worse, that feels completely draining. Monday dread is not just about the end of the weekend. It's about the emptiness you might feel when you realize you're working towards something that doesn't fulfill you, or worse, something you don't even enjoy. The anticipation of another 5 days of getting by, instead of thriving, can leave you feeling disconnected and uninspired. Ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Is it because I'm not doing what I love? Is my work aligned with my passion? Or am I just going through the motions? You don't have to love every moment of your work, but if it feels like an endless drag, that's your sign that something needs to change. You keep saying one day I'll start that business. One day I'll lose weight. One day I'll travel the world. This is a classic trap. It's the trap of waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect circumstances, or the perfect motivation to act. It's easy to keep pushing your dreams into the future, thinking that someday you'll finally be ready. The danger of saying one day is that it keeps your dreams in the future where they can't be touched. It puts your potential on pause and excuses in control. Life is happening right now, and waiting for one day is just another way to delay your growth and success. Ask yourself, how many one-day goals have I set in my life? What's stopping me from turning one of those dreams into today's goal? Is there something I can do right now to move in that direction? The best way to get out of the trap is to start now, even if it's just one small step. Don't wait for the future to take action, because one day is just a dream with no deadline. You scroll for hours instead of working on your goals. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, entertainment. The news are all designed to capture your attention. But when you find yourself mindlessly scrolling through Instagram, TikTok, or even checking the same updates for the 5th time in a row, it's a huge red flag. You're being pulled into a trap where your focus is hijacked and your dreams are put on hold. It's not that scrolling is inherently bad, but it's all about what you're avoiding. If you're spending hours scrolling instead of working on your dreams, it's a clear sign that you might be afraid to take the steps necessary to achieve them. Distraction feels comfortable because it doesn't require risk, but you're trading your potential for temporary entertainment. Ask yourself, what am I avoiding when I scroll endlessly? Am I scared of failing or feeling unprepared to pursue my dreams? How can I replace mindless scrolling with productive action? If you're spending more time comparing yourself to others or consuming content that doesn't serve your goals, it's time to reclaim your time. Your goals need focus, and the distractions need to be minimized. You feel like you're meant for more, but don't know where to start. This is perhaps the most painful sign. You feel this deep, gut-wrenching feeling that you're capable of so much more, but you just don't know where to begin. You can sense your potential, but you're unsure the first step to take, or maybe you're unsure how to move forward with confidence. Feeling like you're meant for more can be both motivating and paralyzing. It's hard to ignore the deep yearning to live a more fulfilling life. Yet it feels overwhelming when you're unsure how to turn that feeling into something real. Not knowing where to start can lead to frustration and, over time, a resignation that maybe you're just not cut out for anything else. Ask yourself, what's the one thing I'd regret not trying? Is there a small action I can take right now to move toward my bigger dream? What do I need to learn in order to move forward confidently? The truth is, you don't have to have the entire plan figured out. All you need is that first step. One small action is enough to begin the journey, even if it feels uncertain. If any of these signs sound like you, that's your warning sign. You're in the trap. These signs are not just random annoyances. They are clear indicators that you're stuck in a cycle of comfort, fear, or complacency. They might feel normal, but they're actually keeping you from living the life you're meant to live. The trap is where dreams go to die not because they can't come true, but because you don't take the necessary action to bring them to life. It's okay to feel uncertain or scared, but don't let those feelings control you. The longer you stay in the trap, the harder it becomes to break free. Recognize the trap for what it is. Commit to small, daily actions that move you forward. Start by making one decision today that gets you closer to your goals, even if it's just a baby step. Now that we discuss the signs of being trapped, it's time to dive into the steps you can take to escape that trap and start living the life you truly deserve. The good news is breaking free from the trap is possible, but it requires intention, patience, and the right mindset. Here are the key points that will guide you on your journey to freedom. Accept that fear is normal, but staying stuck isn't. Fear is a natural emotion. It shows up whenever we face something new or uncertain, and it's not something to ignore. However, the key here is not to let that fear paralyze you. You have to accept that fear will always be a part of the process, but it doesn't have to control you. The real problem arises when fear keeps you stuck in the same place, making you afraid to move forward. Understand this. Staying stuck because of fear is more painful in the long run than taking small steps toward the unknown. Breaking free from the trap doesn't happen overnight. It's about making small, consistent decisions that align with your true purpose and calling. Each day, focus on one step, no matter how small, that moves you closer to where you want to be. It could be something simple, like learning a new skill, starting a conversation with someone who inspires you, or taking time to focus on your mental well-being. It's the cumulative effect of these small choices that will lead you to the life you're destined for. Create a plan, not just a dream. Dreams are important. They inspire and give you something to strive for. But dreams alone aren't enough. You need a solid plan to bring them to life. A dream without a plan is just a wish. To escape the trap, create actionable steps that will get you closer to your goal. Break down your big dream into manageable tasks. Whether it's writing down your goals, scheduling time for self-improvement, or tracking your progress, having a clear plan will keep you focused and moving in the right direction. Learn to disappoint people, to not disappoint yourself. This might be one of the hardest steps, but it's one of the most necessary. Sometimes, in order to truly grow, you need to stop saying yes to everyone else's needs and expectations. Learning to say no to things that don't serve you or align with your purpose might disappoint people temporarily, but it will never disappoint you in the long run. It's about setting boundaries that protect your mental, emotional, and physical health. You can't pour from an empty cup, so prioritize yourself when needed. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. The people you spend your time with have a direct impact on your mindset and growth. To escape the trap, you need to surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and support your growth. Growth-minded individuals encourage you to push past your limits and cheer you on when things get tough. Look for people who share your values and are actively working on becoming better versions of themselves. Being in an environment like this will help you stay motivated and keep you on track. Now, let's turn the spotlight on you. Take a moment and reflect. What's one trap you need to break free from this week? Whether it's fear of failure, procrastination, negative thinking, or anything else, identify it and commit to making a change. Listen, traps don't look like cages. They look like comfort zones. They look like good enough. But if you know deep down that you were meant for more, don't settle. If this video opened your eyes, don't forget to like and share. Share it with someone who's stuck. Drop a comment. What trap are you escaping from today? And don't forget to subscribe, because we're building a community of people who choose purpose over pressure. Write it in the comments below and make this a promise to yourself that you will take one step, no matter how small, to escape that trap. You've got the power to break free, and it starts today. Let's encourage each other in the comments and hold ourselves accountable. Together, we can escape the trap.